Hello, people. Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of the ChrisandMannyshow. Today, as you can see, we are outdoors. We're in the road, and we shall be interviewing people, getting their opinions on some of the topics that we always talk about. And yeah, watch this episode. I think it's going to be great because for a change, it's not just Chris and Manny. We're actually coming out to speak to you guys and get your opinions about dating, about sex, about relationships, and about mental health. Check out the episode. Hello. Look, we've actually found a really lovely lady. What's your name, lovely lady?
Marinella.
Marinella. Good to meet you, Marinella. We've got a few questions for you. Firstly, how old are you, if you don't mind us asking?
I am 20 years old.
Nice. And what do you do?
I study neuroscience at King's College.
Amazing. So the first question is, what impact is social media having on you?
To be fair, during my studies, I don't really use social media, so I'm off of everything. And I love it so much. I don't really social media has the potential to do great, but it can be used in also bad ways, and it can be toxic. So I personally don't really like social media. I'm a bit of a social media auntie. And now that I got it back and I do have Instagram on my phone, I realize how much anxiety it induces, subconsciously as well. Like, you don't realize it, but you just, all of a sudden you feel anxious and you don't know why. And social media has a big role, I think.
Do you mind giving a little bit more information or a little bit more detail about this anxiety? Are you comparing yourself to others, or do you feel like you need to look a certain way to fit into society?
Personally, I don't think it's the comparison. I think it's mainly... sorry. I don't think it's the comparison aspect of it. I think we spend so much time on social media that we disconnect from real life, and that's the anxiety-inducing aspect for me, where I will spend, even if it's an hour less a day, I will spend less time actually being present and going out. Yeah.
What's your biggest insecurity? Tell the whole world what your biggest insecurity is.
I can't lie, I can't really think of one.
Surely, though, there must be something that makes you question yourself.
I don't really think I have an insecurity.
Love that.
I feel like I used to be insecure about a lot of things, especially from a physical aspect. But growing in my relationship with God, Jesus Christ, I really just, all of that kind of faded away. He takes away all my insecurities, all my worries, all my fear. So I'm God's child. What do I have insecurity? I'm made in the image of God. I have nothing to be insecure about.
Do you know or understand what body dysmorphia is?
Yes, and I would say, because I have personal experience with this, especially, and I think it impacts a lot of people who gym. Because and that's a thing that we don't really talk about, because I've started lifting, going to the gym since I was 13, and you would think that going to the gym and improving your external would make you feel so confident and not insecure, but a lot of people who gym and look really buff and a lot of people look up to have body dysmorphia. And yeah, I've been through that, especially with calorie tracking, and it can get toxic really fast, so people have to be careful. Yeah.
I know you said it could get toxic, and I 100% agree with you regarding people who go to the gym. You're insecure changing what you already have. But how do you, I know your faith in Christ has helped you be more confident, but for like other people, especially females or males who are struggling with like bulimia, and all that kind of stuff, what would you advise them to help them become more confident in their skin?
Wow, that's a deep question, because advising people, it's a big thing. I can only talk from my experience, and calorie tracking was a thing that really pushed me in a bad place. And when I've stopped calorie tracking, it kind of helped me, because I would go to the shop and I would just look at the back of packets for like 20 minutes to see the calories, the macros. So I encourage people to go to the gym. I encourage people to take care of their health, eat healthy. However, everything in life you have to do within control and correct measures, and you can't do too much of everything. So just being conscious of your decisions, and if you if you see yourself going in a direction that might lead into something harmful, being aware and stopping yourself and being like, okay, this is going to lead me down a rabbit hole.
What advice do you have for your younger self? That's quite general. That's quite broad, and you're still young, anyways. But if you look back to like 5 years ago, what advice would you have for someone, for yourself 5 years ago?
Honestly, I just wish I could hug myself and be like, you're going to be okay, everything's going to be fine. I get emotional talking about my younger self because I went through a lot mentally. But I didn't receive any help from external sources. When I was young, when I was around 14, I used to get a lot of hair loss, and I got some blood tests, and they said everything is fine, all your vitals are all your blood tests are okay. And the GP asked me, is there anything else that could be contributing to this? And I opened up and I said, yes, my mental health. And I asked her, I vocalized that I needed help. And she just flat out said, do you know of the mindfulness apps like Mindspace, and like meditating apps, whilst I was like breaking down on the phone. So that was my first experience, like being disappointed. That's why I personally want to become a therapist. So that's my leading steps in my career. But yeah, so that really led into something else. That was not the original question, but waffle.
You're going to be an amazing therapist because you've walked the walk. You're not just talking from a book or from a textbook. You fully understand emotions and sadness and happiness and the whole journey. So credit to you. What do you think is a fair amount to spend on a first date?
I don't know. I know I'm not even dressed up, but I'm not really a materialistic person. I know a lot of people say that, and I'm not just saying that for the camera, but I like experiences. So it could be just chilling in a park or just chilling by the beach or having a coffee, but the depth that you get to know someone is more important to me than the amount of money you spend. I could have a free day and have the most amazing time of my life. So, not saying that men shouldn't invest on their women they're trying to pursue. Not like Birkin bags, but if you want to pursue a woman, I think you should pay for the first date, because in 10 years' time, when I have kids and I want to sit at home and be present for my children, I want to know that I have a man who's going to be able to financially provide and give me the space to take care of my children. So that's my reason behind the finance situation.
What an amazing answer. It sounds, obviously I don't know you, but it sounds like you've come from a really good home, and maybe your parents are together and have like a healthy example. Foreign parents, as she just said. Last question, which I even feel bad asking, but what do you want to knock off your bedroom bucket list?
When I get married, I'm sure there'll be opportunities to do that. But until marriage, nothing. Celibacy for your soul.
I wish there were more people like this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a lovely day.
Have a good day.
You've got such amazing energy.
I'm shaking.
Such amazing.